MGM sold Mirage. They sold Cosmopolitan operations. They'd sell Park MGM if they could. They're liquidating portfolio. But Bellagio? They'll never sell Bellagio. It's untouchable. MGM Resorts has sold, restructured, or walked away from multiple strip properties. But Bellagio is the one they'll protect no matter what. Not Luxor, not Excalibur, not even MGM Grand. Bellagio. This is why Bellagio will survive everything. The fountains that can't be replicated, the location that can't be moved, the brand that can't be destroyed. And why MGM would let every other property fail before they let Bellagio decline. MGM Resorts has been selling strip properties for years, not because they want to, because they have to. The Mirage, opened 1989. Steve Wynn's masterpiece, the property that changed Vegas forever. MGM sold it to Hard Rock for $1.08 billion in May 2022. The Cosmopolitan. MGM paid $1.73 billion to take over operations in 2014. By 2022, they realized it was a mistake. They handed operations back to Blackstone. They're still trapped in the lease, but they gave up trying to run it profitably. Park MGM, formerly Monte Carlo. MGM would sell it tomorrow if someone offered. It's not strategic. It's not iconic. It's just there. Circus. MGM sold it in 2019 for $308 million. Got rid of a declining North Strip property they didn't want to fix. MGM is shrinking their strip footprint, focusing on fewer, more profitable properties. That's the strategy. But here's what MGM will never sell: Bellagio. When MGM does sale-leaseback deals, they sell the real estate, but keep operations. With Bellagio, they sold the real estate to Blackstone for $4.25 billion in 2019, but they kept operational control. They'll never give that up. Why? Because Bellagio is the MGM property. It's the moneymaker. It's the brand. It's untouchable. The Bellagio fountains are the most iconic free attraction in Las Vegas. Maybe the most iconic free attraction in America. Opened with the resort in 1998. Over 1,200 individual water nozzles, choreographed to music, shoots water up to 460 feet in the air. Performances every 30 minutes during the day, every 15 minutes at night. Thousands of people stop to watch every single show. Here's why the fountains matter. They're free, they're beautiful, and they draw millions of people directly to Bellagio's front door. Compared to properties without iconic free attractions. The Link has the high roller observation wheel, but you have to pay $35 to ride it. Tourists walk past it. The fountains, they stop, they watch, they take photos, then they walk into Bellagio. The fountains are permanent marketing. Every Instagram post, every TikTok video, every tourist photo featuring the fountains is free advertising for Bellagio. You can't replicate the fountains. They're one of one. Even if another property tried to build fountains, they wouldn't be the fountains. Bellagio owns that. The fountains also appear in movies constantly. Ocean's 11 ending scene. The fountains are cultural shorthand for Vegas. When a movie needs to establish we're in Las Vegas, they show the fountains. That cultural currency is priceless. Caesar's Palace has brand recognition from movies. Bellagio has the fountains. Both are unbeatable advantages. Bellagio sits at 3600 Las Vegas Blvd South, dead center strip, directly across from Caesar's Palace, next to Cosmopolitan, diagonal from Aria and valet parking for Paris, Las Vegas. That's the center of the center. The fountains face the strip. Massive visibility. Every car, every pedestrian, every rideshare sees the fountains constantly. Compared to MGM Grand, also MGM owned, but MGM Grand is South Strip, further from the action, not as central, not as visible, compared to Park MGM, tucked between Aria and New York, New York. No strip frontage visibility, no iconic landmarks, easy to miss entirely. Bellagio? You can't miss it. The fountains command attention, the building is elegant, the location is perfect, location is permanent. MGM can mismanage Bellagio operationally, but they can't move it. That center strip position is locked in forever. Bellagio means luxury in Vegas. Not nice, not good, luxury. When tourists book Bellagio, they're signaling they want the best. It's aspirational. It's special occasion. It's where you stay when you want to feel fancy. That positioning took decades to build. Steve Wynn opened Bellagio in 1998 as the most expensive resort ever built, $1.6 billion. At the time, that was insane. He positioned it as European elegance in the desert. The conservatory and botanical gardens reinforce this. 5 seasons per year, fully redesigned each time with elaborate floral displays. Completely free to visit. Tourists make it a destination. It's beautiful. It's impressive. It's Instagram-worthy. The Gallery of Fine Art. High culture in Vegas. Rotating exhibitions of actual fine art, not Vegas kitsch, real art. These elements create an identity. Bellagio is where culture meets casino. It's not just gambling. It's sophistication. Compared to Luxor, Egypt theme is embarrassing now. Excalibur. Medieval castle is kitschy. These properties have identity problems. Their brands are damaged. Bellagio's brand is timeless. European elegance doesn't go out of style. The fountains don't become dated. Sophistication is permanent. Even when MGM struggles financially, the Bellagio brand holds value. That brand equity protects the property. Bellagio doesn't depend on one revenue source. It's diversified across multiple high-margin segments. Gaming, obviously. High-limit tables. Serious poker room. Whale customers. The casino floor generates massive revenue. But here's what matters. Bellagio isn't dependent solely on gaming, conventions, and meetings. Bellagio has over 200,000 square feet of meeting space. Not as large as Venetian or Mandalay Bay, but substantial. Business travelers book Bellagio for corporate meetings, conferences, executive retreats. These guests have expense accounts. They're not price sensitive. They spend more per day than leisure tourists. Dining. Bellagio has multiple high-end restaurants. Picasso has 2 Michelin stars. Le Cirque is legendary. Prime Steakhouse is consistently top-rated. High-end dining generates profit and reinforces luxury positioning. People book Bellagio specifically to eat at these restaurants. The O by Cirque du Soleil opened 1998 still, running 28 years later. Permanent water theater, iconic show. O sells out constantly. Tourists book Bellagio rooms specifically to see O. The show drives hotel occupancy. The poker room. Bellagio's poker room is legendary. High stakes, celebrities, professionals, televised tournaments. Poker doesn't generate as much revenue as slots or table games, but it generates prestige. Being known for world-class poker elevates the entire property. When one segment struggles, others compensate. If leisure travel declines, business travel remains. If gaming softens, dining and entertainment continue. This diversification creates stability. Compared to Cosmopolitan, heavily dependent on nightlife and dining. When nightlife collapsed post-pandemic, Cosmo struggled. Single point of failure. Bellagio has no single point of failure. Multiple revenue streams protect it during downturns. MGM Resorts has too many properties and not enough money to maintain all of them properly, so they prioritize. Luxor gets minimal investment. The pyramid is dated. The Egypt theme is embarrassing. The room layout is terrible because of slanted walls. MGM does basic maintenance and nothing more. Luxor is headed for demolition. Not this year, but within 5 to 10 years. The land is too valuable. The property is too dated. MGM will tear it down eventually. Excalibur gets nothing. Medieval castle theme is kitschy and old. The property appeals to budget travelers. MGM maintains it because it generates some revenue, but they won't invest to elevate it. Excalibur is also demolition-bound, same as Luxor. MGM is waiting for the right moment to tear both down and build something modern. Park MGM is forgotten, rebranded from Monte Carlo, but the rebrand didn't work. It's mediocre at everything. Not luxury, not budget, not distinctive. Just there. MGM would sell Park MGM tomorrow if someone offered a reasonable price. It's not strategic. Even MGM Grand, the flagship, gets less attention than Bellagio. MGM Grand is too big to renovate properly. 6,852 rooms means any renovation takes years and costs hundreds of millions. MGM maintains MGM Grand, but doesn't elevate it. It's profitable due to scale, but it's not prestigious. Meanwhile, Bellagio gets consistent investment. New restaurants, renovated rooms, updated casino floor. The conservatory gets redesigned 5 times per year. Why? Because Bellagio is the moneymaker. It generates more profit per square foot than any other MGM property. It commands the highest room rates. It attracts the highest spending customers. Protecting Bellagio is rational strategy. Let the secondary properties coast. Invest in the one that generates the most return. In 2019, MGM sold Bellagio's real estate to Blackstone for $4.25 billion, but MGM kept operational control. This is called a sale-leaseback. MGM sold the building, got cash to pay down debt, but continues operating the casino and hotel. They pay rent to Blackstone. Some people think this is bad for MGM. They're paying rent forever. But here's why it actually protects Bellagio. MGM could have sold Bellagio entirely. Given up operations, walked away. $4.25 billion would have paid off massive debt. But they didn't. They kept operations because Bellagio is too valuable to give up. The sale-leaseback proves MGM will never abandon Bellagio. They sold the real estate when they desperately needed cash, but they protected their ability to operate it. Compared to Cosmopolitan, MGM gave up operations entirely, handed it back to Blackstone. They're still paying rent on the lease, but they're not running it anymore. They quit. Why Bellagio isn't Cosmopolitan? Cosmopolitan depended on nightlife and trendy dining. Those trends died post-pandemic. Cosmo's business model broke. Bellagio doesn't depend on trends. It's classic elegance. That doesn't go out of style. When nightlife dies, Bellagio still has fountains, conventions, fine dining. Oh, poker, brand prestige. Why Bellagio isn't Circus Circus? Circus Circus is structurally broken. Family theme in adults-only market. North Strip location is cursed. Even $500 million in renovations wouldn't save it. Bellagio is structurally perfect. Center Strip location, timeless brand, iconic free attraction. No amount of mismanagement can destroy those fundamentals. Why Bellagio isn't Luxor? Luxor's theme is dated and embarrassing. The pyramid structure creates terrible room layouts. The property is unsalvageable. Bellagio's European elegance is timeless. The building is beautiful. The rooms are well designed. The structure supports the brand. Good bones beat bad ownership. Bellagio has the best bones on the Strip. Even if MGM mismanages operations, the property remains valuable because the fundamentals are perfect. MGM sold Mirage. They sold Cosmopolitan operations. They'd sell Park MGM, Luxor, Excalibur if they could. They're shrinking their Strip portfolio. But Bellagio? They'll never sell operational control of Bellagio. It's untouchable. Why? Because the fountains are the most iconic free attraction in Vegas. Because the location is perfect, dead center Strip. Because Bellagio means luxury in a way no other brand does. Because the conservatory, gallery of fine art, and create culture beyond gambling. Because diversification across gaming, conventions, dining, and entertainment creates stability. MGM will sacrifice every other property before they let Bellagio decline. Have you stayed at Bellagio? Do you think it'll outlast other MGM properties? Let me know in the comments. If you want more Vegas deep dives, subscribe to Vegas Vault, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.